Boys, I want to tell you this story because I'm just cruising here and I'm driving past a cafe where I met a prospect at one point in time, obviously for an in-person sales meeting to try to convert him to a client. Right here at this cafe, Kobe Beach. Those of you in Auckland know where I am right now. I'm near Mission Bay. Beautiful place right here, beautiful place. So I rock up, let me tell you the story. I rock up to this place and I call, I rock up to this place after I've already called this guy, a guy called, I don't really want to say his name, but his name's Bobby. I don't give a fuck, his name's Bobby. Bloody Bobby. So I'm speaking to Bobby, I'm sitting down. I help residential contractors. He is a property developer. So he formerly had a digital marketing company. Crazy, I know. So he had the same industry company as me. He was in the same industry as me. He knew nothing. This is why it's so beautiful to get into entrepreneurship, because sometimes, not always, but sometimes the competition is very, very low. And you can attack from every angle in the industry with a bit of expertise and a bit of knowledge. So I'm going to meet this guy, Bobby. Again, property developer. He's building, I think, 11 new builds in St. Heliers. Massive budget. St. Heliers, if you don't know it, Google it. St. Heliers, Auckland, New Zealand. Average home price, I'm guessing, is 2 million New Zealand dollars. That's probably $1 million American. Really, really, clearly a really wealthy guy. I think he exited his digital marketing company for a big exit. That's all I know. This was his first time doing project management or, doing new builds and building a new property. I was just like, okay, wow, this guy's got paper, this guy's got coin. If I can work with him, I got some big connections on the way. Easy work, let's go. Anyway, I get to this meeting with him. I'm talking to this guy, Bobby, and we're talking about the future of how I can potentially help him in his marketing and advertising. And he wants me to do 1 million roles for him. He doesn't want me to just do his meta advertising, which is what I'm good at. He wants me to do his meta advertising and his Google advertising. All right, I can do Google advertising, not a worry. He also wants me to do radio advertising. I was like, my brother, we're in 2023. Radio advertising. He's like, yeah, I want to do that. I'm like, well, I'm not your guy. But I'll tell you what, I can have a little look and see what I can do. Again, I'm new into entrepreneurship at this time, okay? I'm trying to get every client I possibly can. I was like, I'm not a radio ads expert, but I will look around and see what I can do. He's like, sweet ass. Also, I haven't got a real estate agent. I'm like, tell me more. I want you to be the real estate agent. I want you to make the cold calls and the warm calls to my target market. I'm like, okay. So you pretty much want me as a full-time employee doing like 4 different roles. He's like, yes. I was like, that's not my business, right? Like, that's not what I do. You're just offering me a job. He was like, yes. I'm like, well, okay. Well, I pretty much did a bit of research. I came back to him and I said, you know what? I'll do your Google ads and your meta ads, but I can't be the one doing the outreach on your behalf. Pretty, it's above my pay grade for what I'm quoting you. Just a heads up, by the way. I was quoting him $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month. That's cool when you have like 20 clients, you're balling. When I was where I was at, I had fuck all clients. And $2,000 for a lot of work that he was asking for me wasn't going to cut it. So I was like, I'll do $2,000 for Meta and for Facebook, Meta ads and for Google ads, but I can't do any of the outreach. I'm sorry. He was like, all right, let's do it. No negotiation. Yeah, let's do it. I was like, oh, okay, that was easy. All right, easy. I'll send you a contract. I'll send you a invoice, and I'll send you all the onboarding stuff needed. Get those squared away right now, and we'll go from there. He was like, yeah, sweet. Let's do it. When I get home, let's do it. By the way, I forgot to mention, I met him 2 times at this cafe. Two different times. Remember that. So I sent him the invoice after the first time. Then he says, all right, let's meet at this cafe again. We meet at this cafe again. And then he's just like, you know what? I took you here because I want to show you the places. Let's go and see it. He takes me to St. Heliers, to these houses. Well, he hasn't built them yet. But the land on which the houses are going to be built on. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna have this, this is the USP. It's got this type of glass, triple pane glass. It's got European clay blocks instead of timber, instead of wood. These are gonna sell out. I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. I'm absolutely so excited to help. Please allow me to help, and let's get started. Pay that invoice, okay? Do the onboarding. Send me all the content you have. I know it's not a whole lot, but all the renderings you have. Let me help, please. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you make millions in profit from this project. He was like, yeah, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. We got this. Long story short, he calls me a few days after and he says, Harper, I really like you, Harper. I like the work you say you're gonna do. But since you're not gonna be my real estate agent guy either, I'm gonna ask a massive favor from you. I'm like, what's the favor, Bobby? He says, Harper, since you're only doing my ads on Meta and Google, sometimes they're not going to be giving me a lot of results, and I go on results. I'm going to have to pay you only when the results come in. Can I pay you after the project's done? I was like, so you're talking about maybe like a revenue share, like a revenue split of this project? I mean, do I get a small, tiny 0.25%, 0.5%, anything? 0.1%, 0.001%? Or do you just want to pay a flat fee of $2,000 after I do years of work for you? What are you talking about? What's the haps here, Bobby? And he was like, yeah. Well, maybe like 6 months from now I can pay you, and then when everything sells, I'll give you like 0.25%. I was like, I'm just looking at the numbers here. 0.25% of revenue or profit? Profit. I was like, okay, you're expecting to profit how much? Okay, yep. So you want me to work for like 2 years for... Bobby, that's like half of minimum wage. Oh yeah, but I mean, you know what it's like when on a project like this, like we kind of both have to have skin in the game. I'm like, Bobby, I don't want to be the one to turn down work. I'm in no position. I'm no millionaire here. You're the rich one, my brother. I thought when you get richer, you become a better client. Bobby, I'm trying to be a good prospect. I'm trying to be a good hire for you. The same way I'm a good hire for other people when I give them my money. Are we not on the same page? He's like, yeah. I want skin in the game for you. I don't want you to get complacent. I'm like, Bobby, I can't work with you. And I share that story to let you know that there's gonna be some sour grapes. Now, Bobby was a good guy. He was just a stinge. That's how I'd explain him. An absolute stinge. He had money. Don't get me wrong. That man had money. But he didn't want to spend $1 of it. Fair enough. If you got it, hold on to it. That's what I say. But there's also beauty in spending money and being a good client and being a good hire. That's how a lot of business is done. A lot of people join networks, they'll buy a program, they'll buy a product or service off a person or a business, of course, and they like them so much that they want to buy into their company. They want to partner with them. They want to learn more about them and how they got to the point where they're at. When you do what Bobby did, shout out to Bobby, great guy. But, I'm never going to work with him. He's just a client that's too much of a headache. If he said, you know what, I want you to work even more for me, but guess what? I'll give you $20K up front. Work for me for a month and see how it goes. If you hate it, fuck off. If you love it, you can keep working for me. I'll keep paying you. I would have said, now we're talking. But if you want to pay $2,000 6 months later, so I'm working for free for 6 months, then you pay me $2,000, which equates to fuck all. There's an issue there, Bobby. I'm not, this isn't volunteer work. I'm trying to run a small business here. I'm a young entrepreneur here. Cut me some slack. But he did it. So I always pride myself now on trying to be the best client that I can be. So when I buy products online or in person, from a Zoom call, from a Google Meet call, in person, and if I actually want the product, and I don't have to, respectfully say that I don't need this, thank you though, goodbye. I try to be the best client I can be. I don't waste people's time. When I went and bought this, I don't waste time. There's a bit of small talk to get to know each other and stuff, and have a quick chat. And in my case, share the love for watches that I have with the bro that I bought this off. Bought 2 watches off him. But there's no time to waste. Time is money. He's trying to get paid. I'm trying to get the watches. We don't need to, I'm not here to be a douche. I'm not here to lowball the hell out of him. Don't get me wrong. I'll lowball here and there. But when we come to the number we're both happy with, sweet, cool. And if we don't come to a number, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to say, look, we're way off the numbers. I'll shake your hand. Have a good day. Good luck selling them. Bye-bye. It's the same with anything. Be a good client to others, and in turn, others will be good clients to you. I can almost guarantee it. Because from that moment on, every time I speak to someone that I hire in terms of anything I hire or buy, I always just make it as seamless as possible for the person that I'm paying. I say, cool, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to work with you. Really happy to continue this partnership. This is what I expect from you. Boom, boom, boom. Any issues pop up, no worries at all. I'm always here on a phone call on this number or email at this email address. Just please be transparent and we'll go from there. And it's always perfect. There's been subscriptions for my work that I've paid not cheap. They're not cheap subscriptions, these softwares. And I pay them again and again and again happily. Because the communication's good, because it's a good product. And there's no complaints from my end. And even when things do pop up, issues get resolved quickly. And I say that to say this. It will come back to you. You'll have clients that say, you know what, Harper, I've seen your content online, I've seen your ads. That first conversation we had, I didn't really need to hear much more. I can tell you're a smart guy. I've spoken to your other clients. Clearly you get results. I've seen your success stories. Just do what you do. You're the expert, I'm not. Let me take care of the jobs and stuff. You book me the jobs. I'll secure the jobs and secure the deals. I'll give you a share. Any issues pop up, you let me know. Is that cool, Harper? And I say, you're damn right, that's cool. That's how I function. That's how I rock and roll. Let's do it. And that's how business should be. That's what a good functioning business should be. A good functioning partnership / relationship / friendship should be. Because if we're both getting each other results and we're both happy, there's no reason at all to be sad, to be upset. Nothing should get in the way of that. Results speak louder than pretty much everything. Action speaks louder than words, as they say. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Here I am cruising the lovely streets of Auckland. As you can see, the Sky Tower in front of me. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy your morning. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. And if you haven't already, scroll through my channel, cruise through my channel, and watch some of the older videos. I'll leave you guys to it. Stay blessed. Peace out.